Hey there, island dreamers, locals, and anyone craving a slice of paradise. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, to the Fun and Key West podcast, where the vibe is always laid back, the stories are salty, and the drinks, well, they're definitely frozen. I'm your host, Michelle O'Connor, your unofficial tour guide to the Conquered Public. Whether you're planning your first trip, your fifth trip, or you're just daydreaming about trading the cubicle for the ocean breeze, you are in the right place. Here's the deal. This podcast is your insider's guide to all things Key West. We're talking where to eat, hello, conch fritters and key lime pie, where to drink, spoiler alert, there will be rum, where to stay, and all the quirky, wonderful things that make Key West the one-of-a-kind paradise we all love. Plus, we'll keep you up to date on the latest happenings, festivals, events, maybe even the occasional Hemingway lookalike sighting. And just to keep things spicy, we'll be bringing on some amazing guests now and then, locals, business owners, and people who know the island like the back of their sandy hand. So grab your flip-flops, pour yourself a cold one, and let's escape to the island state of mind together, whether you're tuning in from your hammock or your commute, while wishing it was a hammock. We've got all the Key West goodness coming your way. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun in Key West. Let's dive in. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. This is Michelle with Fun in Key West, and I am so thrilled that you're tuning in today. It's October. You know what that means. Key West is buzzing with excitement, from perfect weather to foodie adventures, music festivals, and of course, the legendary Fantasy Fest. There's so much to dive into this week, so grab your favorite drink, kick back, and let's explore all the fun, flavors, and festivities that make October in Key West absolutely unforgettable. Let's get started. Well, happy Thursday. This is Michelle with Fun in Key West, and I'm so glad that you are tuning in. I'm a little late. I know it's a couple of days into October, but let's talk about what's happening in Key West in October. October is an amazing time to come to Key West. First, let's talk about weather. You're going to have weather in the low to mid 80s, and at night it's going to drop to about the high 70s. So perfect weather. Humidity, I'm going to tell you, humidity is still going to be a factor. October can be a rainy month. So on average, there's about 5 inches of rain a month in October. And we're still in the middle of hurricane season, so don't forget that. Keep an eye on the weather. Keep an eye out in case of cancellations, or be flexible. I always tell people during hurricane season, be flexible. But there's so many things, so much to do in Key West. If you are not rained out, there are things to do within a rainy day. And you can find all of those guides and things to do over on FunInKeyWest.com. You know what to do. Go over there under what to do, lots of things. But what I thought I would do is just run through the calendar of events and tell you what's happening and what's going on. Mr. Coffee's here to say hello. So keep in mind, the entire month of October, you have the Taste of the Keys. So all October, you're going to find that it is a foodie paradise in Key Largo. So if you're heading on up the Keys and checking out all of the Florida Keys, there is the Taste of the Keys up in Key Largo with select restaurants serving price-fixed menus. And you get trolley tours and everything. So be sure to check that out. And you can check out all of these things on our calendar of events over on FunInKeyWest.com. Keep in mind, every Thursday, the Truman Annex Farmers Market is happening, and that's from 2 to 7. And so you can go enjoy the farmers market. It's the perfect time to go explore the farmers market and maybe pick up something that is extra special for Christmas. Do early Christmas shopping. Support local artists. Keep in mind, the Studios of Key West on the first Thursday of every month does an open house. Go explore what the studios has to offer. It's a great place. There are fly fishing championships going on, and of course, fishing tournaments going on. So if that's what you're coming to the Keys for, there's a lot to choose from out there. Of course, there are other events happening over at the Custom House, because that's where the Key West Historical Society is. And they are doing all kinds of rotating exhibitions or exhibits during the year. So be sure to check out what's going on over there. And of course, the first part of October is It can be a little quiet, but that's okay because the end of October, guess what happened? That starts off all the festivities of Fantasy Fest. And so you're going to end up with all kinds of exciting things happening. But you do have a Key West Music Festival occurring October 10th through the 12th. And this is founded by Key West's own Mike Stack, who is the artist behind the song I'm From Key West. And so you have the Stacked Weekend, and that's the 10th through the 12th of 2025. And so be sure to check out that. You don't want to miss out on a music festival if you're going to be in town early part of October. You also have Ram's Head Presents a psychic comedian, Peter Antonio, and he will be October the 11th, and there are tickets on sale, so you can go check that out. And you also have the Southernmost Half Marathon in 10K, and that is occurring on October the 12th. And of course, if you're in town and can make it to the Sheriff's Animal Farm open house, that's usually, I think, the second and fourth Sunday of every month from 1 to 3. It is free. They'll gladly take donations if you have those available. You can see The Wizard of Oz on October the 15th, and that is occurring in town. And let's dig into some of the other things. You also have the Walk on White, which is the third Thursday. So on White Street, you can go explore all of the artists. There's about 20 locations on White Street that you can explore, and it's from 6 to 9 p.m. And you can go support some of those other local artists as well. So Fantasy Fest starts. This is Bedtime Stories and Magical Monsters is this year's theme. And it runs from October 17th through the 26th. So it's 10 days of celebration. And you have one of the events that is very popular through Fantasy Fest is the Zombie Bike Ride. And that will be October the 19th this year. And you start at the Fort East Martello. And it starts at 2 p.m. and then you can gather there. There's all the activities that you can have for families and bounce houses. And then food vendors and a full bar on the grounds. And so from 2 to 6, they're going to have all of the vendors set up for you to go explore. And then the main event starts at 6 o'clock. And you're going to head down A1A to downtown Key West for the free Zombie Fest dance party at the amphitheater, the Coffee Butler Amphitheater over in the Truman Annex. So you can go explore all of that fun, dress up, be your zombie self, and go explore that. October 20th is the Fantasy Fest 5K Run Walk. And so why not go support a good cause and go check that out if you're in town. Treasure Treat Night is in Island Mirada on the 23rd. So if you're not going to be all the way down into Key West and kind of taking yourself out of Key West during fantasy time, I truly understand that. Keep in mind, there are a lot of tour operators and places who do close down during Fantasy Fest just for the fact that a lot of people don't go out fishing and don't do a lot of tours during Fantasy Fest because of all the activities. So be sure to check their websites to ensure that they are open and operating during Fantasy Fest if you're going to be in town. Of course, the Key West Business Guild Headdress Ball is October the 23rd. And you have the Locals Parade, which is the big event for Fantasy Fest, and that is the 24th. And that goes all the way down to Ball. And then you have Bear Weekend occurring at the end of October, the 29th through November the 2nd. And of course, there are trick-or-treat things that are through town for kids if you are going to be traveling with young ones and obviously, they're not going to be partaking in Fantasy Fest, but if you are going to be in town and want to go partake in some of the trick-or-treating, those do occur. Here's the interesting note. One of the times that we went down to Key West, we went down thinking that Key West was all in and all about Halloween, and this would be the party town, and this would be the place that people would absolutely go all out for Halloween. No, because Fantasy Fest is just ended, so they've already done their costume parade and their events and their headdress ball, and all of those events have already happened. So Halloween isn't a really big thing in Key West because of Fantasy Fest occurs right beforehand. So keep that in mind as you go down, that if you are a big Halloween person, that's probably not your location. But I do have all kinds of other places that you can explore throughout Florida if you're interested. If you are in town for Halloween or anytime in October, I have to say anytime. It doesn't matter if it's October or not. Be sure to check out the haunted side of Key West. You can go on a ghost tour. You can go meet Robert the Doll. You can hop aboard the trolley and go explore that, the gravestones and the trolley. There's a lot of cool things to go explore. That is just an overview of October. Keep in mind, you roll through Fantasy Fest, and then all of a sudden, all of those Christmas decorations start to go up. All the holiday lights and all the festivities start to happen to get everybody geared. There are a lot more information over at FunInKeyWest.com. There's all those free guides. You can get on our newsletter that gets you into a weekly trivia question that gets you into the ability to be drawn for a Key West. Sure to sign up for your happy hour list that gets you on a newsletter and gets you part of that trivia so that you can answer those questions. I am Michelle with Fun in Key West. You guys have a great day. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for following us. Thank you for all the support that you give our community. I would not be able to do what I do without your support, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, I hope you're as excited as I am about all the amazing things happening in Key West in October. Whether you're there for the music, the food, the festivals, or just soaking up the island vibes, there's truly something for everyone. Don't forget to check out FunInKeyWest.com for all the guides, events, and insider tips to make your trip unforgettable. And while you're there, sign up for our newsletter to join the trivia fun and maybe even snag some really cool Key West swag. Thanks for tuning in, supporting our community, and being part of the fun. Until next time, stay sunny, stay adventurous, and we'll see you in Key West.